Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Kay Reeds, and if you're new to the channel, thank you so much. Just a side note before I introduce our guest, I have 360 subscribers. Almost there to 500. So if you're subscribing, thank you. So once again, we are back for another Arthur Indie Spotlight, and this one is very dear and near to my heart because I found her on Twitter and then talk, and then we became very close buddies on Instagram. And then on top of that, she's a soror. So I mean, shout out to the Poodles of Southern Girl Sorority Incorporated. I read her books when I want to say back in 2021 when the book came out, or 2022-ish, I think. I really can't remember. It was +1. And yeah. and then she came out with book 2, which is +1 more. Then she surprised us with book 3, which I do not have. I thought I have it, but I don't have it. But we're going to get into that because I want to get it when in Columbia, so it don't even matter. Which is very near, also another dear to my heart, because on the back of the book, she has all of the writers as well as the book reviewers. And it just so happened that Sedona Rose, if you guys don't know, that's my pen name, is on the book.
Yep.
So once I saw it, I was like, thank you once again for putting that on the book. I truly, truly appreciate it. And then you got Santa's Lap. Then you have Skin Deep. And then you have your new book. But before we get into that, let me introduce you. I have Miss Tanon Tales with me. How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain. So, first question, where I ask all my writers that are here, how and why did you get started?
I've been writing since elementary. And I've always had my teachers tell me, like, I have a gift for writing. Don't stop writing. Keep writing. So I did write, but I was also very introverted and shy. So when I got older, the stuff that I was writing, I would write anonymously.
Mm-hmm.
So my best friend introduced me to this app called Wattpad. And if you don't know what Wattpad is, it is a book where it is an app where people can write books for free. Some people do get paid, but they stopped doing that for a while. But basically, you can write any kind of book you want about anybody, and people will just follow you and read your books. So I was posting anonymously on there once my best friend introduced me to the app. I was on the app for about 5 years before I was like, maybe I need to go further because writing for free isn't paying these bills. So that's when I started to go into self-publishing, and here I am 2 years later.
Hey, well, let's get started because baby. So the book's been out. So it's a lot of spoilers, but +1. Now, I'm going to say why this book is very dear to my heart. We've had this conversation. Back in 2020, I came out as bisexual. So seeing Dylan is one of the main characters who is basically a stripper, and let me just say this, when she says she's a stripper, she's a very, very proud stripper. She is not changing her occupation for nobody.
Nope.
She got basically her parents want her to change it. No, like she has a best friend, Bunny, who is like, girl, I'll support you, whatever you want to do. Bunny's a ride or die. If you don't have a bunny in your life, don't know what you're doing.
Everybody needs a bunny.
Everybody needs a freaking bunny. So Dylan is a stripper, and she's living life, having fun. And then she gets introduced to Mr. Harrison. And then also, not realizing, she befriends another character, Miss Nayla, at a bachelor party. So while she's messing with Harry, she's also
Abel.
I'm sorry, I'm getting Harry too. That's why my mind is screwed. Right. So when she getting to Abel, I should say, she's also getting close to Nala, not realizing that Nala and Abel are married.
Yeah.
And it's basically a very whirlwind of trying to figure out exactly, do I want to be in this relationship? Like, do I really see myself as a third? And also her trying to figure out exactly, like, okay, all my life I've liked guys. But something's changing when I'm with her to the point where I'm like, am I bisexual?
Yeah.
So what made you want to, one, write about triad, and then two, what made Dylan stick out to you to where you was like, you know what? Not only am I gonna make it about a triad, but I'm gonna make it a actual poly relationship to where I want Dylan to be bisexual.
I really don't know. It's so bad to say that. A lot of times, like when I want to write a book or when I feel like I'm going to write a book, characters come to me. Like they come to me in dreams, they come to me through songs that I've heard a million times. And I said this in all my interviews. Sometimes it'll come like I'll get like bits and pieces of a book and I don't really know what to do with it. And then a couple minutes later, some more pieces will show up and I'll be like, okay, this kind of matches with this. And I guess I can put this with this idea that I had a year ago and it'll unfold into a book. But Plus One was really just me challenging myself to do something that's way out of my element. Like if you read my other works, they're very mushy and soft. There's a little trauma in there because I can't be Miss Twisting Times without a little trauma or a little rise up happening. But Plus One was really just I wonder if I could. And I guess I can, a little bit. Just a little bit.
Woo. If y'all thought Sweet and Sour was raunchy, like I told Audrey in your house when I interviewed her, Sweet and Sour is like here. I didn't even see my hand. That's how low it is. Plus One and above, baby, my hand's here. I was just like, whoo. I'd be doing some things that I can't say on camera after reading those scenes because I'm like, baby, I need it. I love the fact that Dylan, even though she was still trying to figure out who she was as a person, I love the fact that Abel and Nala did not. Ayla, what? How do you tell me? Is it Nala? I'm saying it so wrong. I love them, the fact that they didn't pressure her to do anything that she didn't want to do. And I feel like that when you're in a situation like that, I feel like like they said, communication is a huge factor.
Yeah, I did a lot of research because I was like everybody else, I was clueless about it. Like everybody knows about it, they don't really know about it. So my entire TikTok feed, my Google search is all like poly, triad, poly, couples, dom, subs. Like I'm literally like deep in my research because I was like, I want to make sure that I touch on stuff that a lot of people don't touch on when they're writing poly books, So I wanted to make sure that you understand that yes, it is an erotica because they be doing things in that book. But it's also very romantic. I wanted to show that even though there are 3 people involved in this relationship, it is still a very real relationship as if it was just a man and a woman. It's not just, oh, they just using her as a extra sex person. No, they go bowling together, they eat together, they cook together, they do everything that regular normal couples do.
Yes. And then we get into book 2, which my man right,
a lot of people to say that.
My man, Mr. Harrison. Now with Harrison is also that ride or die. He's like the female, he's the male bunny. If you do not have a Harrison in your life, you're tripping. Because he was one of those things was just like, y'all got a new person. Oh, okay. And I love the fact that he was not only the only one that knew about exactly what Nayla and Abel were doing, but also the fact that he didn't judge it.
Yeah. He's cool with it. Yeah.
It's
his best friend. So he's like,
and then
as long as you're happy.
And then was just like, damn, like I might take your girl. And he took her.
Technically, it's Nayla's fault. She dared him. She
dared him, and
she dared him.
And then when she accepted that dare, then she got upset and mad.
Yeah, she was hot. She was.
Because like you said before, they were in a relationship. So when you're in a relationship, like, all right, you're for us, we're for you. And then when Harry came on, was just like, wait a minute, hold up, something ain't right.
Right.
Like this. Like, I was just playing. Take the deer back. But by that time, it was too late because Dylan was just saying, like, I love y'all, but then at the same time, And this is just me. I felt as if even though Dylan was happy where she was at, but I also felt like a smudge of like, damn, I really want what they have at the same time too. Like just the one. And I feel like that's when Harrison came along. It was just like, I can, like, you can still have them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can have me too.
Have me too. And I love that for him because he loved her enough when he was like, if I gotta share, I will. But at the same time, be with me.
Because the tripping room, wow. Kudos to you for that. And then
I'm blushing.
And then we go to book 3, which was basically a shocker because I said nobody knew that he was like, nobody knew. And then it's a repeat. It was a repeat of Rome. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Things happen.
So did you, when writing, did you just like, when it came to the point where there was just like, okay, damn, like after the second Rome, did you like in your head was like, this is going to be a one-time thing? Or did you want like, as you were writing, it was like, maybe I need to put all of them together?
For plus one more or plus us?
Yeah. Plus us. Like towards the end of the book, when they decided to be all together. As far as like, if we do stuff like that, it's just going to be us 4, nobody else.
Well, that part I knew. If so, it was really heads or tails things. It could have gone either way. And because I wanted them to get their happy ending, I knew that they had to be together in some capacity. But if they were going to be together, Abel was not going to go for them being open in a relationship. If they were going to be together, it was just going to be the 4 of them. Because he knew that he knows his best friend. And he also knows Nayla, and he also knows Dylan. Harrison wasn't going for it being open. Dylan wasn't going for anybody sleeping with Harrison. Nayla wasn't going for any other woman coming near Dylan. So if they were gonna be together, it was just gonna be the 4 of them, and that's it. So when they decided to come to the table and talk about it, I was like, this can go one of 2 ways. If this could be a fun for all every now and then on holidays thing, or they could really be in it. So I left it kind of open in the air that it was like, if y'all want to do it like this, we can, but we're not moving in together.
Yeah. We still need our space. We still need our space.
We still need our space. But if the moment happens, we're all for it. So it's in the air right now. Now in my new release.
Oh. Okay, we're getting into that. Because in Skin Deep, this is a spinoff, and you guys would meet Jelly and plus one.
Yep.
And a little bit of plus one more. Once they get to the house and you meet Creed, it's a mention a smidge, not a lot. It's a very, very smidge.
Just a little taste, a little sample.
That they are all 4 of them together. Because once Creed did what he had to do, and then they came back and they're chilling, blah, blah, blah. And they were just like, yeah, we're about to go to bed. It was just like oh, okay, cool. And it's like, yeah, so like we're about to go to bed. And
we're going to bed.
He was in Creed and Yellow was like, oh, okay. Well, we gonna head out. We see y'all later.
Creed was like, but y'all don't want us.
Yeah,
not us though, right?
No, we good. We don't want y'all. So it was like the door was open, and that's what I was like, oh, so like, are they weird? I was like, oh, so like they're together. Because like from what I've read, I've never read a book where it's like a square. I've always read either 1-on-1, but never a square. So the new book, I'm kind of excited to see exactly the more we get into it. But let's go back to Skin Deep real quick. That was an excellent book of forgiving. Definitely you touched on domestic violence because it is trigger warning, but the way you wrote it was so beautifully written.
Thank you.
Welcome. So what made you want to give Jelly her own book?
Robin and Tori. It was them. And so that's the easiest answer I could give you. So this is what happened. Robin and Tori were on live on TikTok, and they were talking about how they were looking for a book about an unhinged man with tattoos who basically just tore the club up and kidnapped a girl. That's it. That was it. And I just happened to be in the chat. And I wasn't even saying nothing. And they were like, oh, Tana's in the chat. Tana, write it. And I was like, no. And then people in the comments like, yeah, Tana, you can write it. I'm just, no. I had just put out a book. I'm done writing. No.
Yeah.
And then I went to bed that night. And you know who came in my dream? Jelly. And Jelly was like, I work in a club.
Sure do.
I could be kidnapped.
Sure can.
I got some trauma that I need to
Sure
be
do.
safe. I got tattoos. And I was like, dang it, Jelly gotta have a story. And that's what and I didn't, again, I was quiet about it until I was like, because I don't know if I could really do it. Like, I can get the idea, but if it don't come together, it ain't coming together. It's some books that I've been sitting on for years now that still ain't finished coming together. But Skin Deep eventually just came together. So I started advertising it. Here we are.
But it was a good book though, because Creed, even though, you know, Creed was pissed at first because she went back.
Yeah.
But as a for one, I guess I've never been into a domestic violence situation. Pray to God I never will be in one. But I feel as if from reading and doing my own research and watching TikToks and stuff like that, they have nowhere else to go.
Exactly. But that's because their abuser has found a way to isolate them away from family, away from friends, holding off on their money, only giving them enough to make it day to day. So you have
baby girl was a stripper, and she was a stripper. And the fact that this bitch was taking all of her money,
she had nowhere to go.
That was just like a pimp. So basically, in my mind, I was like, damn, like, well, he's just pimping her out, basically. But the only thing is, she's not having sex with men. She's just stripping. She's just taking her clothes off.
Exactly.
So I was just like, wow. So I could understand why Creed was pissed off with her. But like you said before, she had nowhere else to go. And to the point where she couldn't take anyone, so where she was like, bro, I got to get the fuck out of here. Yeah. So I'm happy they're together. I hope we get to see them, you know, flourish into the new book that's coming. But before we get to the new book, Santa's Lab. Really harm me. Santa's Lab. Now, that book was definitely erotica. It was very spicy. It was holiday, but it was also second chance. Yeah. And anybody who knows me, if you watch this channel, you know I am a second chance girly. I love second chances, tropes, books. What made you want to write that? Because I wasn't expecting what I was expecting. For one, in the house with all her girls. Because I'm like, that, no lie. I was like, damn, that sounds like something I'll do. Just to say I did it. Just to check it off my bucket list. But what made you want to write that book?
I have this little bingo card that I like to do. Mm-hmm. Have you seen my bingo card?
Bingo card, yes.
Yeah. So on the bingo card, it's like before Christmas even came, it was on there like an erotic short. Because I have a tendency to be very long-winded. In case you haven't noticed, my books are a little on the thick side. But they're more thick. They're on the thick side. And a lot of people said they are thick. They are thick, but they're easy read. Like you can just go through them. Like you feel like you read that much. So I will take that. But I was like, I'm challenging myself to do a short. And when I say short, I mean 15,000 words or less. Most of my books are in the 90, 120K range, depending on the book. So I was like, I don't know if I can do it. But I was like, I'm going to challenge myself to do it. And it was originally supposed to be New Year's. I was like, no, I'm going to do Christmas. Because I hadn't posted a book in a while. I hadn't dropped a book in a while. So I was like, I'm going to do it for Christmas. And I wrote that book. I want to say I restarted that book like 7 or 8 times because I just couldn't get it together. And I was texting, I was talking to Kimmy, and I was like, Kimmy, I can't do it. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I tried this book 7, 8, 9 different angles, and I have no idea where to go. She's like, just take a break from it then. This is like December 7th, 8th something like that. Like the, beginning of December. I'm just like, I ain't got time to take a break. Like, it's about to be Christmas now.
Like, I need this book out now.
I'm gonna fall asleep and wake up and it's gonna be Christmas Eve and I'm not gonna have after the drop. So I was like, okay, I will take a break. And I took a break. Excuse my dog. He's got this right now. He's got this. So I took a break and then I woke up Saturday morning and I literally just wrote. And I wrote on Santa's lap, bless you, in that weekend. In one weekend. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is it. But I found myself saying, okay, I can add this scene, I can add this scene. And I was like, no, it's supposed to be a short, not a novella. It's a short. But I kept trying to add extra scenes in there. And I'm just like, girl, stop. It can stop right here. This is it. The end. So,
I think you can stop, but then you also could give them an update.
Well, the thing is, I wanted to do him re-meeting her mom again, him taking the airport, them trying to do the long distance thing until she moved back. Like, I was like, no, stop. Like, it stops right here. Right here. The end. But yeah. So
I feel it. I mean, sometimes when you get to that point where you're, like I said, you're so used to writing 50, like you're not used to writing 50,000. 15,000 to me ain't nothing.
Yeah,
because that's what I write. I write in that range of 15,000. That's not nothing to me. But writing 90, I'm like, because I had a friend of mine. She was just like, yeah, so you're writing a new book. So I'm writing a new book. She was like, how many pages is it? How many words? I was like, about 20. And she was like, oh, mine is about like 95. I said, you're good. Can't do it. Don't know how. No,
I have a tendency to be long-winded. I don't know how to cut it off. Even like I said, the short tried me because I wanted it to be longer, and I was like, it can't be longer. I'm literally battling with myself.
But you did it.
I did it. And I'm very proud of myself because it did really well. To say that it was a surprise drop.
Yeah.
It was a short. So I had a feeling people were like, where the rest of it? This is not what we used to. Where's the rest of it? Where's the New Year's part? Where's the Valentine's Day part? I was like, but they didn't. I'm surprised. So y'all watching this, y'all did good.
So I have one question for you before we get into your new book. If you had to choose, you probably get this question a lot, probably. If you're not, oh well. I'm giving you two. If you had to choose between Harrison or Abel, which one?
Harrison, obviously. Harrison.
Okay. If you had to choose between Nyla or Dylan, which one? Stumped ya.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Dill. I would say Dill. Okay. I would say Dill.
I'll take it because that's mostly mine too. I'll take it. But no, for real, on the real though, like I said, I told you this before, like through our messages on Instagram. You definitely writing Dylan and reading Dylan for me definitely made me like, damn, I could be, a baby bi. I don't know if the people call it that or not, but I could be, new to being, having this new sexuality of me and not be ashamed of it.
Yeah. And it's only for Nayla. That's the thing. Like, she's not attracted to any other woman. She thinks other women are beautiful. Of course, she has no problem telling someone that they're beautiful. But as far as like having romantic feelings, only for Nayla. Nobody else.
I was like, I could be her that confident and not give a fuck what anybody has to say. So, like I said, once again, thank you for writing a character that I could see myself as I continue my journey on trying to find the right woman for me, because it's been a struggle. We're not on me now. So it's on there. So your new book, That One Thing.
That One Thing.
From what I got from the cover reveal, from what I gathered from the mood board that you put out, of course, it's going to be about real estate. And if you read Skin Deep, you know that Jelly was in school towards the end. She was in school for real estate.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, I feel as if we're going to get not maybe almost likely a update, but are we going to see Jelly in That One Thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you will see her. You won't see her a lot. A lot of times when I include like little details from one book and move it into the next one, it's really just a segue into the next one. So she is in there. She does have a small role in there, and I mean small. So you will see her in the book. You will see Cree in the book. Yeah, that's all I want to give you.
Okay, so what can you tell us a little bit about this book? Because I know it's coming soon. So just give us a little smidge of what the book is about.
There is Taryn and Julian. Both of them are kind of in a spot where they're stuck. They're just like content with life. Like, I'm here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they meet by chance, by awkward chance. And they have a one night stand. And it just gives them this little extra pep in their step after they meet. And it's just something about them when they're together. It's very magnetic and real and powerful. And they just can't stay away from each other. No matter how hard they try, they can't avoid each other. And life happens and their past happens. And they just got to figure out how to stay together, even though they're not supposed to be together.
Ooh.
Yeah. So.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited now. Okay.
But
so
yeah.
I'm getting one night stand trope. I'm getting maybe a workplace romance with a little bit of
They do work together.
Okay.
They do work together though. I will give you that. They do work together. There is a smidge of workplace romance in there.
I'll take it. I will take that.
It's forbidden romance. Yeah, and one night stand, forbidden, meant to be. I forgot the other one, but yeah, it's in there.
Take it. So my next question to you is: when you started out, say you was on Wattpad for 5 years before you transferred to actually publishing books.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say I'm a newbie. I want to be where you are at. What advice would you give me?
Write it. That's literally the only advice I can give you. Do it scared. I was terrified to post even anonymously. Like nobody knew who I was. My name wasn't on it. My picture wasn't on it. And I was absolutely terrified to publish it. But I did it. And it went terrible. And then it got better. And then it got bad again. And then it got better again. And that sounds so bad, but you literally have to fail and then build yourself back up again, and then fail, and then build yourself back up again. Like it's never, everybody doesn't have that perfect author dream where they just post a book and it just skyrockets and they never fall again. I've fallen. And it don't feel good to fall, but it feels so good when people say, can I have your autograph? Or I really loved your book. Or when you say that one of my characters really touched home with you, like stuff like that makes me want to keep writing. And as much as I can feel like I'm not exactly where I want to be, I know that I have to keep writing so that I can keep making those connections and keep having people come to me and telling me, thank you for writing this book. Thank you for telling my story when I thought nobody was living like me, you know? So do it scared. Write it. Write it. Write it. Write it. Write it.
I love that advice because I feel like that is very true.
Yeah.
It's very one in a million when you have people who write one book, like Ray Elise, shout out to her. She wrote Zaven Sunflower and she blew up by word of mouth.
Yeah.
And I found out through one of my homegirls. She was like, yeah, it's like a black and gray, like a black and white book. I was like, okay, I'll read it. Read it like in one night. Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Got the book. Now you thought hers is thick. I mean, the Instagram post like, I read all this in one night.
Yeah. But I love when a book is so big and it like Demon's Dream, like it just scares you. Like there's no way I can get through this book. And then you just start it And then you look up and it's the next day and you're over halfway done or completely done with the book because it just took you away. I love when a book can do that, where it doesn't even feel like you've read almost 800 pages.
Yeah. I haven't read it yet. I know it's what 762 or 792.
It's up there. Yeah. That's why I say almost.
I think that's what they call it on TikTok, 792. I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, get it.
And no this to her. I'm scared to read that book. I
was too.
Because I know once I get into a book, I'm stuck. I ain't doing nothing else.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, you're not doing anything else.
Clear
schedule.
Maybe going back on a schedule of writing my own damn book, so I can't stop to read her stuff. I said I'm gonna read it, but not right now.
That's me right now. I'm literally just reading my own book over and over again, making sure that it's perfect.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. But before we get out of here, there's a new question that I've been asking everyone. We do Black romance, of course. So my question to you is, what does Black romance mean to you?
Black romance to me is love. That's the easiest way that I can explain it. There is nothing more powerful or raw or just, I don't even know the words to describe the way that Black in general makes me feel. Everything Black is just more. It's just perfect, and a lot of books don't look like me, don't read like me, tell my story like me. So it's up to me and all my indie Black authors and all my published Black authors to tell our Black loves, because if we don't, nobody else will.
That's true.
If they try, they're gonna do it wrong because they don't know Black love like we know Black love.
I was just about to say that. I totally agree with you on that one. Or they try to fabricate it and claim it's Black love when it's not.
That part.
Because it's baby, don't try to do me when I can do me my damn self, and I can do it better.
Exactly. I'll tell it my way.
That part. Well, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Once again, guys, this is Tanon Tales. She will be in Colombia in October 18th to the 19th of this year for Southern Hearts and Scientists. I've been told, and we've been told, that tickets have been selling really fast.
Yeah, I believe one day is already completely sold out, and the other is almost sold out.
Yes, so please get your tickets. It's only she lives in Colombia. I'm in Somerville. I'm only an hour away, and I really can't wait to meet her, because there's a lot of people that live in South Carolina that I haven't even met yet in person. So besides Kimberly and Aisha, because I met them in August for One Love. But
I just with them yesterday.
Exactly, I saw the picture. So I'm like, y'all, please get these. Like, please.
Come see us. We're so excited. This is my first book event.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited for the special, you know what, that we have planned.
Yeah, see, they don't know nothing about that. They're not ready for that.
We're not ready, but that's coming too, and I'm very excited. But I will leave all her socials in the box below. I'll leave my socials in the box below.
TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, all Tanon Tales. It's all the same name.
Yes, it's just, I will definitely leave that. Guys, help me get to 500 because we're almost there. And I'm so excited. So freaking excited. By the time you have watched this, my interview with Sky Moon will be out. And then, like I said before, coming up next, I have Bella J.
Ooh.
And I'm taking April off because that's my birthday month. In May, I have Shaslyn Hamilton, and then Asia Monique.
Of course.
And I'm ending this season 3 with my dog Moon Bay. So I'm super excited for the rest of my lineup that I have. Like I said, I have Alexandria House already up, Kimberly Brown already up, and Aisha already up. So definitely support, comment. If you haven't never read their books, please do, because all of them are amazing. And I'm not just saying that because I interview them. I'm saying that as a fan. So until next time, be you, love you. And like I always say, read what you write. No, write what you want to read and read what you want to write, or something along those lines. I don't know, guys. I'm tired. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Can't focus on me.